Woe to you, my dreamer, when you learn that you are the dream. A silence was speaking, before Moses' voice pierced through the veil that separated one from another.
Solomon.
Moses was saying. I could hear him, and his voice was bringing me back. My eyes opened, and I became conscious that my hands were tied behind my back. Moses, Miriam, and Noah were bound like I was. We were tied to large metal poles that stuck up from a cement floor fitted with shower drains in it. In the ceiling, bright lights shined into my eyes like the lights in a surgical room, but whatever was done in the room was not medical. It was torture. The cement was stained with blood, which dripped down into the drain. It was not from my relatives, but some other victims. Schmidt and Mueller were standing and talking with the doctor, Gruber, and I could hear the words they spoke as I looked left at Miriam, then right at Moses.
You see, Herr Doctor, we respect your medical expertise. The Führer himself was an Austrian, and it is not lost to us that you are a man in his own image. A true Aryan Superman.
Gruber smiled as they spoke. He was a fat man, and without his soldier's coat and the dress of a doctor, he looked slovenly, and as if an unpleasant odor would emanate from him. A thin sheen of sweat sat upon his forehead, and his face, which was shaved to match his bald cranium, shimmered with perspiration.
Mueller, Schmidt, I know what needs to be done. I see we have an understanding, so I am sure you will trust me as I resolve this. Wait here, and I will be back momentarily with the captain, and we shall see the Führer's beautiful plan upheld. Auf Wiedersehen.
Moses, as he loosened his bonds, that same spirit of courage was in me, but all I could feel was the heat of the bulb and the weight of the blood upon the ground. Miriam did not weep, and Noah did not plead. They held tightly to Moses' resolve, which they could feel was unchanged.
But the Führer is Austrian. You just said it yourself, and that was why you said Gruber would understand. Only one man can lead the unit though, Müller. Technically, you would be in charge. Do you plan to treat me like the captain treats you?
Soldiers, attention. The doctor has told me you have captured a family of Jewish rats. Mueller, Schmidt, is it true that one of the Jewish vermin escaped? And once he had escaped, instead of running to his freedom, he broke into the camp.
Yes, Captain. We caught them as you commanded, and yes, though the young Jew managed to escape us, it was only because a Russian artillery shell fell and momentarily stunned us. But, as you can see, we have him here, and we did not fail you, Captain.
Schmidt took the paper envelope on the desk. He removed the wax cylinder before placing it on the notch of the record player. When it was positioned, he brought down the needle into the center carefully. When he flipped the metal knob, static roared from the horn of the gramophone. The record scratched, and then there was a silence before the sound of the third act of Wagner's Die Walküre began screaming out into the torture chamber. The captain, Müller, and Schmidt were all standing together, rolling up their sleeves and waiting for the doctor to administer his medicine. A man was singing in a booming and heroic tone as a woman responded, crying out in ecstatic and mystic German, like the voice of glory and the voice of wrath.
Doctor, is this new medicine? My God, I have become the Führer himself. The power of the Reich has made me superhuman. I see and hear our Aryan God ancestors. No longer will I eat and drink food and water like a filthy rat Jew. From now on, I am a Superman. I only need this sweet Aryan elixir of yours to nurture myself, Doctor.
You are not worthy of the Führer, Captain, and neither are your plotting lieutenants. They have commissioned me to kill you, Captain, so that they may take over. These bumbling fools want to command this arm of the Führer's glorious Reich, but all they can do is plot and scheme. If they are your officers, and you are their captain, in the name of the Führer, I will purge you all from his glorious army. I have failed you, mein Führer, but before I die, I have executed these three traitors, Schmidt, Müller, and the wretched captain. Heil Hitler! All hail the Führer!
Gruber, what have you done? It was only supposed to be Jews.
Uller and Schmidt could not help but fall to their knees at the sight of their captain's corpse. Using the last of their strength, they seized up in a final salute before smacking like a slab of meat against the operating room floor.
Mein Führer, the traitors have been dealt with. Your glorious dream will be realized. I have served you faithfully. I love you, my Reichmaster. Please, before I go, one kiss. One kiss, I beg you, before we part.
Gruber was a pale gray, and his vision was focused in front of him. Slowly I watched as he reached out with his hands, as though an apparition stood in front of him, standing under his war flag. In his final act, he puckered his lips and closed his eyes. Breathing deeply, Gruber craned his head forward, and with a smack of his lips, laid a final kiss onto the phantom lips of his beloved Führer.
Auf Wiedersehen, my love and mein Führer,
said the doctor as the life left him. It was like a lover's pact fulfilled. Though they were dead, I was not convinced they would not rise up and kill us. As Moses freed me, I felt a deeper and more consuming fear. But I would follow Moses, for he would free us from tribulation.